Chaska Hawks and the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. We're live here at the Chaska Community Center Ice Arena where the energy is tense and both teams are ready to hit the ice. The Jaguars were on fire in the most recent matchup against these two Metro West foes, with the Jaguars coming off a lightning fast start. Early in the first period, Bloomington Jefferson's Winston Lowe wasted no time finding the back of the net, assisted by William Mosier just 14 seconds into the game. Not to be outdone, Logan Tofty followed with a goal a minute later, showing Bloomington Jefferson was ready to dictate the pace from the start. Griffin Larson added another early tally at the 4:15 mark, assisted by Lone, giving the Jaguars an early surge. The Hawks answered with Marco Tobin's goal at 6:27 in the first period, trying to keep the Hawks within striking distance, but the Jags kept their foot on the gas with back-to-back goals from Matthew Kubas before the end of the period, showcasing their depth and offensive firepower. Jaguars ended the first period with a score of 5-1, and the Hawks could not recover. Through a back-and-forth second period, teams remained even but fast followed to the third period, and Tofty began his hot streak with two more goals, including one assisted by Kubas, cementing Bloomington's dominant win. Tonight, the Hawks look to start fast, defend their net, and push a game to the third period where they've played well all season. Today's action promises a fast-paced, hard-hitting game with the clutch plays from both squads. The Hawks are ready to showcase their speed and skill, and a team hungry to make a statement. Tonight's game promises plenty of action and a chance for Chaska to shine. Here we go. Off the opening face-off, the Hawks maintain control in the neutral zone as they dump it down. You'll notice the Hawks are wearing different jerseys this evening in their support of Hockey Fights Cancer. Early shot there on Nolan Winnings and Max Minigan. Minigan makes the save. Max Minigan will be starting in net for the Hawks today, with Grant Fest starting for the Jaguars. Off the face-off, puck's controlled, turned by Herman, picked up by Jefferson. Jags out to the point as they start to work the puck around. Owen Sumstead picks up the puck on the our side, tries to pass it up to his brother, can't quite connect. Hallman, cross ice to Herman. Herman tries to flip it out of the zone, can't quite do so. Here's Golden as he steps up, he shoots and he scores! With 14-13 in the first period, Golden picked up the loose puck right in the offensive zone, came down, shot it just to the left of Minigan, and he scores. Early here in this first period, the Jaguars take a 1-0 lead. Face off here in the middle. Jaguars control in the neutral zone.
Jaguars goal number 39, Ben Golden, unassisted. Golden unassisted, 14-13.
Willis picks up the puck behind the net, brings it around. Puck battle. Tipped out of the zone by Sorensen. Bloomington back in reverse. Here's Oss as he turns. He fires it up along the sideboards. Good play by Cooper Swanson to pick it up. Over to Sorensen. Right up front. Just misses. Greer. Over to Willis. Willis dumps it towards the net. Can't quite connect. Picked up here on a 2-on-1. Greer back. 2-on-1. Great defensive play there by Greer. Kept the Jags off the board. Puck out to the point. Shot from the point. Shot just wide. Looked like Minigan had a hard time seeing that one. Willis wraps it around to Sorensen. Puck's loose on the near side. Picked up by Willis. Exit the zone by Sorensen. Here's Holm. Dumps it in. Followed up on the far side. Gieske chips the puck out all the way down. Back in pursuit is McKee. McKee picks it up, wraps it around the Bloomington net. Can't quite clear the zone there by Batter. Nedry wraps it around. Bloomington maintains control below their goal line. Nedry, high off the glass, clears the zone. Herman picks it up in the neutral zone over to Young. Young turns, stops, fires it out. It'll be offsides by the Jaguars, so that'll be a stoppage in play. With 12:18 remaining, the Jaguars took a quick 1-0 lead here in the first period. On the goal by Benjamin Golden. Gieske steps into the face-off circle against Lone. Face-off controlled. Chipped out. Young keeps the puck in. Lone tries to work his way up the side. Picked up by Herman. Herman. Gieske picks it up in the neutral zone. Dumps it deep. Good forecheck pressure by Bauer. Anderson is in front. Puck picked up here by Bader. Bader works his way into the Hawks zone. Young steps up with a good body check, takes Bader off the puck. Here's Lone as he turns, fires it in. Looked like it went off a player on the Hawks bench, causing a stoppage in play with 11:41 remaining here in the first period. Puck battle on the far boards. Players down, so they'll create a stoppage in play for the safety of the player at 11:32 remaining. Looks like Jack Schwartz is going to take a penalty here for the Chaska Hawks. Asking for a little clarity on what the call was at 11:32. I didn't see the signal, but it looks like it'll be a roughing.
Chaska penalty to number 33, Jack Schwartz. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Looks like it'll be a cross-checking. Shot on net. Good play there by the defenders. Go ahead and stop it. Good kill. This will be the first power play opportunity here by Bloomington. Jags look to enter the neutral zone with some speed as they try to bring it down in. Here's Gergen. Wrapped in. Here's Tyson Herman. Wraps it around. Over to Will Sumstead. Dump back into the corner. Hallman picks up in the far corner. Takes a big check by Dirtz. Puck exits the zone. Puck battle along the near boards here. Bloomington comes away with it from the here at the point. Gergen over to Kubas. Kubas fires it towards the net. Wrapped right through. Will Sumstead picks it up. There's 50 seconds remaining on the Chaska penalty. Puck picked up here by Gergen. Gergen leaves it. Long outlet pass. Good play by Cooper Swanson. Intercept on the long outlet pass. Killing more time off the clock here. Blooming tries to get the long outlet pass. Can't quite do so. Minigan there for the save. Good play by Minigan to step up to the top of the crease. Go ahead and jump on the puck. Create a stoppage and play with 9:54 remaining here in the first period. 23 seconds remaining in the Chaska penalty. Cooper Swanson steps in the face-off circle with Lone. Lone comes away with it, tries to turn off the side of the net. Battle in the corner. Jaguars come up with it as they work the puck around the perimeter. Try to chip it in. Minigan there. Oh, and it just as it turns and gets turned in. Goal by Parton. That'll be a power play opportunity, or a power play goal. At 9:37 remaining here in the first period. Looked like the assist was from 39, Golden. Bloomington takes a 2-0 lead early here in this first period. Cooper Swanson picks up the puck in the neutral zone. Wraps it around. Here's Oss behind the net. Oss comes away with it. Chips it forward. Good outlet pass up here to Gergen. Gergen steps up. He's looking across the slot. Minigan turns it aside.
And Will Mosier, McGee from home, and Mosier, 9:37 of the first period. It's a power
Puck loose on the far side. Cleared. Step up. Puck's dumped all the way down. Sorensen with good forecheck pressure here. Oss picks up the puck behind the net. Bloomington gets a clean exit. Here's Larson. Larson back in front. Can't pick up the quick one-timer. Young works his way into the corner. Working his way, Kubas. Dumped towards the net, chipped wide. Puck battle behind the net. Shot from the point, Minigan there for the save. Picked up here by Gergen. Young manages to clear the zone with 8:03 remaining here in the first period. Puck on the near side. Chipped loose by Greer. Mosier dumps it up the middle. Long pass, too long. Eski picks up the play in the neutral zone. That'll be offsides on the Hawks. Good defensive effort there caused a pause on the blue line, creating an offsides for the Hawks. 7:43 remaining here in the first period. 2-0 lead by the Jaguars. Face-off win by Bloomington. Puck controlled by Mosier. Passed up through. Here's Brandt. Picks it up on the near side. Dumps it deep. Minigan behind the net. Stops the puck. Right out front. Quick shot. Minigan there for a great glove save. Brandt had an uncontested shot in the slot. Put it right on, but Minigan had a great glove save there. Another battle there in front by Brandt. Brandt keeps working. Good play. Bauer Anderson picks it up. Tries to exit the zone. Can't quite do so. Picked up here. Good play by Larson as he moves and sidesteps. Puck kept in. Larson picks up the puck behind the net. Tries to center it. Intercepted by Willis. Anderson. Bauer Anderson manages to get the clear. This will force Bloomington to reset. Good job by Willis to step up. Force Larson wide. That'll be a goal by Bloomington at 6:42 remaining here in this first period. Larson had a great pass there. On the goal by Kubas. Thormasgaard in for the face-off. Will Sumstead chips it down deep. Puck's loose in the slot. Bloomington clears the zone as they chip it up. This will go on Minigan. Minigan out of his net, makes a save. Chavira there with a nice tip, trying to get it 3.
Number 16, Clifford Larson on the assist. Kubas from Larson at 6:42 of the first period.
Puck's cleared all the way down. This will be icing on the Hawks as we resume action. Hawks are really struggling to get any offensive pressure here on Fest. At this point, shots on net are 9 to Hawks 0. Owen Sumstead passes over to his brother Will. Will tries to make a move. Works his way towards the slot. Nice, strong, powerful move into the slot, but couldn't get the shot off. Good defensive effort there. Will Sumstead to Thormasgaard. Thormasgaard with a shot. Best tips it high up into the netting for a stoppage in play. Finally, the Hawks with a strong move to the net by Will Sumstead. Get a little bit of pressure here. Thormasgaard steps into the face-off circle with Lone. Puck controlled by Bloomington behind the net. Herman stops it at the point. Keeps it in for the Hawks. Bloomington clears the zone. The Hawks control it in the neutral zone. Will Sumstead picks up the puck, moves his way across ice. Dumps the puck deep. Good defensive move over there by Nedry to get the puck loose. Will Sumstead picks it up again in the neutral zone. He turns. Young behind the net on the turnover. Good forecheck pressure there by Lone to cause the turnover. Hawks haven't cleared it out. Thormasgaard turns. Saucer pass over to Young. Young clears the zone over to Will Sumstead. Will tries to cut towards the middle, stood up there on a good defensive play by Oss. Here's Lone as he turns. Tries to bring it into the zone, dumps it towards the net. Mennigan there for a nice save. That'll be his 7th save of the period so far with 4:45 remaining here. Just like their first matchup here this year, Bloomington jumped out to a big lead before the Hawks responded. Sorensen steps into the face-off circle with Larson. Puck controlled behind the net by Larson as he dumps it out towards the front with a shot, point blank range, deflected. Good effort there by Hallman. Puck on the near boards, kept in by Bloomington as he dumps it deep. Young pushes Larson into the corner. Larson controls it out front. Turn point blank range. Good play by Sorensen to pick up the puck in the slot. Chips it just free. Puck controlled by Jaguars as they turn. Look to gain some speed through the neutral zone. Long pass. Not caught. That'll be an icing with 4:06 remaining here in the first period. Hawks are being outshot here in the first period, 11-1. Puck back to the point. Young chips it in toward the corner. Picked up by Cooper Swanson as he wraps it around just out of the reach of Wacker. Kept in on the far side. Young, nice step up. Young fires it towards the net. Fest there for the save. Wacker turns, fires out a shot on Fest. Swanson into the corner. Good pickup here by Kubas as he wraps it around. Golden fires a long pass all the way down. He's got Larson racing on the near side. Golden dumps behind the net. Picked up on the near side. Chipped toward the middle. Picked up by Wacker. Wacker clears the zone down on Sorensen there. Can't quite get it just out of reach. Picked up here by Brandt as he turns. Fires it across the middle. Greer chops Gieske into the corner. Good physical battle there by Dirks as he brings it out front. Sidestep, good chipped out by Sorensen. Puck kept in the neutral zone by Holm as he turns, dumps it deep. Picked up by Herman. Herman to Gieske. Gieske's got Bauer Anderson just in the clear, couldn't quite connect on the pass. Anderson moves into the corner. Works it over to Erickson. Erickson dumps it back to Anderson. Picked up on the near side here by Holm. Holm fires it across. Greer back for the Hawks. Reverses course over to Bauer Anderson. Anderson tries to chip it towards the middle. Nobody there. Picked up in the middle by JT Thormasgaard. That'll be a hooking penalty on Bloomington. At 2:16 remaining here in the first period. This will give the Hawks their first power play opportunity. On the hooking call by McKay. The Hawks look to get back in this. They really need to capitalize here on this power play. Puck chip tie, kept in by Herman. Thormasgaard picks it up, dumps it in.
2 minutes for hooking. 2 minutes for hooking. It's a Chaska Hawks power play.
Hawks pick up the puck deep in their zone as they look to set up through the neutral zone. Here's Thormisgaard as he dumps it in. Owen Sumstead can't quite collect the puck. Good play by the defender there for Bloomington. Bring it out. Sorensen keeps the puck in the zone. Picked up here by Dirtz. Dirtz turns. Dirtz works his way down, tries to cut across Herman, can't quite do so. Good play by Herman there to force him deep. Owen Sumstead in the corner. Chips it up and out of the zone. Bloomington doing a good job killing this penalty. Jacob Thormisgaard picks up the puck behind the net. Picks it up with some speed through the neutral zone. Steps into the slot. Can't quite contain it. Here's Chavira on a good pass. Had a point blank for Nedry. Nedry couldn't capitalize on it. Jaguars doing a good job killing this penalty. Hawks have a 30-second remaining in the power play. Hallman picks up the puck behind the net. Over to Owen Sumstead. Owen. Over to Hallman. Hallman back to Sumstead in the middle. Scott Swanson with him as they shoot. Best turns the puck aside. Didn't really get a lot on that shot. Here's Kubas as he tries to dump it toward the middle. Picked up by Sumstead. Couldn't quite get it. Cooper Swanson steps up, fires it towards the net. Good defensive effort there by Lone. Push it wide. Puck's chipped out of the zone with 5 seconds remaining in the period. 3. And that'll do it for our first period, folks. Just as the teams did in their first matchup of the year. Bloomington came out hot, scored very early in the game. Ben Golden came in with 21 seconds into the game. Golden scored his first goal, giving Bloomington a 1-0 lead. Then it was followed up by Ben Parton at 9:37 remaining here in the first period on a power play goal with the assist by Golden. Followed up by Matt Kubas with a goal at 6:42 on an even strength goal with the assist from Griffin Larson. That will give the Jaguars a 3-0 lead here at the end of the first period. We had 2 penalties. We had one by Jack Schwartz. 2 minutes for cross-checking that resulted in the power play goal by Parton. And then we had one Bloomington penalty by McKay for a hooking at 2:16 remaining here in the first period. With that, we'll take a quick intermission. We'll be right back after the icing is resurfaced. back, everybody, as we get ready to start second period action. Teams come out, warming up. Quick recap of the first period. It was dominated by Bloomington as they managed to get 11 shots on net. And until late in that first period, the Hawks struggled to even get shots on net. Final total shots on net at the end of the first period, 11 for the Jaguars, 6 for the Hawks, leading to 3 goals by the Jaguars and no goals by the Hawks at this point. 2 penalties, 1 penalty each. One by Jack Schwartz on the cross-checking penalty resulted in a Bloomington power play goal by Ben Parton. The second was a Michael McKay penalty for Bloomington for hooking, which did not result in any offensive points for the Hawks. Max Minigan in net today here for the Hawks. And on the other side, we've got Grant Best. Teams are taking their final coaching, taking the bench, and now they'll come out for the start of the second period. Jacob Thormasgaard steps into the face-off circle here, opposite of Andres Dirtz. Face-off controlled by Bloomington, lost in the neutral zone. Puck along the far side, Will Sumstead steps. Picked up there by Mosier. Mosier chips it out front. Long pass deflected there. Kubas tried to connect through the middle. Good forecheck pressure by Sumstead. Kubas picks it up, dumps it deep. Can't connect on the pass. This will result in an icing play. .26 remaining here in the second period. Pardon me, 14:26 remaining here in the second period. Jacob Thormasgaard steps into the face-off circle, opposite of Andres Dirtz. Puck exited on the near boards. Thormasgaard fans on the pass. Good play by Herman to get it to Sumstead. Will Sumstead picks it up. Good defensive effort there by Kubas to chip the puck away. Holman loses the puck in the neutral zone, picked up right in the neutral zone by Gergen. Herman out, intercepted by Kubas. Tried to get that high quality shot in the slot, couldn't quite do so. Bloomington wraps it deep. Stopped behind the net by Minigan. Holman wraps it up to Sumstead. Can't quite connect to it. Dump back down, here's Dirtz. Tries to center it. Good play by Herman to chip the puck free. Puck lost at the point. Will Sumstead in a foot race with Nedry. Nedry turns, fires. Owen Sumstead picks it up. Chipped up into the Chaska bench for a stoppage in play at 13:20 remaining here in the second period. Bit more of neutral play here in this starting of the second period. Cooper Swanson steps into the face-off circle with Griffin Larson. Puck controlled by the Jaguars. Back to Larson as he chips it in. Dumps it deep into the corner. Gershevsky there. Turns it around. Brought over to the far side. Chipped up by Sorensen. Couldn't quite get it out. Oh, does manage to clear the zone. Young picks it up in the neutral zone. That'll be offsides by Bloomington with the stoppage in play at 12:53. Cooper Swanson steps in the face-off circle with Larson. Face-off controlled by Chaska. Gershevsky turns, loses it, dumps it up the boards to Colton Wacker. It's chipped across the middle, not exited. Nice back pass over to Cooper Swanson. Swanson drives it deep. Picked up on the near side by Wacker as he tries to dump it towards the net. Good defensive play there. Big hit there by Leo Oss. Puck intercepted here in the neutral zone. Grzeski picks it up, dumps it towards the net. Oss behind the net. Dumps it out. Gieske picks it up in the slot. Wasn't able to get the shot off. Young steps up. He looks, fires it towards the net. Stopped there by Fest. Oss behind the net. Looks the puck over along the boards on the far side to Trevira. Good play here by Matson as he goes into the corner. Leaves it by Larson. Larson cuts towards the middle. Young with no second effort. Puck's loose in front. Puck's chipped in. No goal. Minigan manages to jump on that puck before it crosses the goal line. 11:46 remaining here in the second period. Lone steps into the face-off circle opposite of Gieske. Lone comes away with the puck. Eriksson picks it up, dumps it towards the middle. Puck wrapped all the way across by Willis. Willis turns, fires it. Back to Greer. Greer fires it off to Bauer Anderson in the neutral zone. Good play. Anderson turns, shoots it on net. Good defensive effort there. Stoppage by McKee. Puck dipped up here in the middle by Holm as he dumps it through McKee. Takes a big check by Bauer Anderson. Eriksson picks it up through the middle. Here's McKee as he turns, he fires. Good defensive effort there. Holm picks it up, fires it towards the net. Minigan there with the save. Picked up by Willis. Willis turns, fires it. Swanson, good outlet pass to Eriksson. Eriksson can't connect on the pass. Holm was there to intercept. This comes all the way down. Good defensive effort there by McKee. McKee turns, he looks, over to Lone. Puck's loose behind. Good forecheck pressure there by Cooper Swanson and Grzeski. Puck's chipped all the way down. This will be off net, so this will be icing by the Jaguars at 10:19 here in the second period. Cooper Swanson steps into the face-off circle. Good win by Swanson as he dumps towards the net. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Holman steps up, fires it towards Fest. It's wide. Herman pinches, keeps the puck in the zone. Wrapped right out front. Good outlet pass by Bloomington as he dumps it down. Schwartz with a good body check there in the corner. On Dirks. Puck's loose in front. Dirks picks up the loose puck and he chips it free. Dirks was still getting up after his body check in the corner. Came back up to the front of the net. Puck was right there on his stick and he put it past Minigan at 9:40 remaining here in the second period. Puck controlled in the neutral zone. Bloomington turns to look, try to exit. Can't quite do so. Buck's doing a better job this period of keeping the puck in their zone, in the offensive zone.
Number 27, Andres Gers. Matt Kubis on the assist. Gers from Kubis, 9:40 of the second period.
Sumstead picks up the puck, races across, fires it towards the net, just wide. Picked up on the far side. Good play by Grzeski to stop the puck, keep it in the zone. Will Sumstead turns it over to Young. Young moves it into the zone, fires it towards the net, bouncing puck. Fest turns it aside. Puck right in the slot. Thormesgaard with a point-blank shot. Fest with a nice save. Bucks finally starting to get some offensive pressure here this period. Good back check pressure to Thorman's guard. Young picks up the puck behind the net. Brings it around, gets turned around there by McKay. Puck's loose out front. Dirts keeps working behind the net. Puck battle. Brings it right back out front. Sumstead brings it over Will to Owen. Puck's lost here in the neutral zone. Oss turns. Thorman's guard steps up. Sorensen dumps it in. Hawks are going to need to get a line change. Good outlet pressure here over by Dirts as he works his way in. He cuts across to the middle on Greer, and he goes through right on the 5-hole. Dirts made a great move there. Cut across through the middle, got past the defender, and put the puck past Minigan with 7:51 remaining here in the second period. Hawks maintain control of face-off. Puck goes back. Sorensen chips it in. Puck's loose in the slot. Hawks can't get the shot, and they finally get the shot off, and they score! Sorensen picks up the loose puck in front after Wacker had the first initial shot. A great rebound there by the Hawks, scoring just 17 seconds later. Cooper Swanson with the face-off win. Willis dumps it down.
Bloomington Jefferson's 5th goal scored by number 27, Andres Dirts. The assist from Oss at 7:51 of the second period. Chaska goal scored by number 44.
Puck's picked up on the near side. The Hawks try to work it through the neutral zone as they try to work it through. Picked up here by Gorgon. Good play there. Tried to connect with Larson. Larson with a one-time shot right on net. Bauer Anderson picks it up in the neutral zone, fires it on Fest. Another shot right on Fest. It's right out front. Wacker there. Gieske turns it back over to Wacker. Hawks couldn't get a good shot. Greer with a nice defensive effort to keep the puck in. High scoring opportunity there for the Hawks. They didn't get the shot off. Bloomington turns, fires. Minigan there with a save. Stoppage in play. 6:34 remaining here in the second period. Jaguars with a 5-1 lead. Puck control off the face-off by the Jaguars as they wrap it around. Here's Erickson on the near side. Chips the puck loose up to Bauer Anderson. Anderson tries to work his way around Holm. Can't quite do so. Picked up here by Oss. As he turns around, long outlet pass. Here's Mattson turns. Mattson tries to work his way to the net. Good defensive effort there by Herman to push on the side. Puck battle along the near corner. Continual battle. Hawks come away with it. It's chipped high up into the net by Herman. That'll be a stoppage in play with 5:57 remaining here in the first period, in the second period. Puck off the face-off, controlled by the Jaguars. Shot high by Holm. Lone. Holm keeps it in. Good play by Anderson. Chip the puck loose. Here's Lone as he turns, picks it up on the near side, fires. Lone picks it up in the slot. He's got wide open shot on Minigan. Minigan there for their nice point-blank save. Nobody there for the screen, giving Minigan an opportunity to see the puck clearly and make the nice save. Face-off controlled by the Hawks. Young picks up the puck behind the net. Chips it up to Schwartz. Schwartz tries to connect with a shot in front. Puck loose behind the net. Young reverses course. Over to Bader. Bader picks it up on the far side. Highland can't quite clear the puck. Puck right out front. Shot on net. Young working against Parton. Swanson tries to clear the zone. Can't quite do so. Puck's loose at the blue line. Picked back up. Brought right in. Dirtz has got behind the defenders. Dirtz picks it up on the near side. Puck loose. Can't quite clear the zone. Shot from the point. Swanson there with the deflection. Puck's dumped all the way down. Reversed over to Young. Young turns. Fires it off the boards. Shot there on net. Rebound. Good play by Gershevsky to take the defender, the offensive player right out of the play. Avoiding that rebound. Young chips it around. He's got Larson he's trying to work with. Ties Larson up in the corner. Cooper Swanson out front. Young tries to chip it high off the glass. Kept in. Shot from the point and it's tipped right in by Minigan. This is Ben Parton. Parton picked up the puck right in the slot with a nice shot. It was tipped right past Minigan with 3:53 remaining here in the second period. Jaguars take a 6-1 lead. Jacob Thormasgard steps into the face-off circle with Larson. Back to Greer. Greer exits the zone.
Parton, unassisted. Parton, unassisted. 3:53 in the second period.
Puck controlled by Bloomington. Deep in the Hawks' offensive zone. Will Sumstead tries to turn, tries to center a pass. Couldn't quite do so. Puck picked up. Kept in. They're along the boards by Willis. Bouncing puck, can't quite keep the puck in the zone. Turn over to Greer. Greer. Over to Sumstead. Thormasgard. Owen Sumstead dumps it deep. Puck picked up behind the net here by Nedry. Nedry tries to clear. Bouncing puck clears the zone. Greer back for the Hawks. Reverses over to Jacob Thormasgard. Thormasgard looks. Bring the puck around on the near side. Good outlet pass here. Owen Sumstead chips the puck free. Puck comes back into the corner. Owen Sumstead ties up the defender in the corner. He's got his brother Will Sumstead there. They both come away. Bloomington comes away with the puck. Good offensive play there by Golden to make the cut, leading to a 2-on-1 with McKay. Good defensive effort there by Lucas Greer. Great play by Greer on the 2-on-1. Make sure McKay didn't get that clean shot. Minigan was able to track across the crease and make the nice save with 2:21 remaining here in the second period. Cooper Swanson steps in the face-off circle with Lone. Shot off the face-off by Golden, high and wide. Puck picked up behind by Lone. Lone turns, fires it towards the net. Minigan there with the save. Herman, long boards over to Sorensen. Sorensen, long pass out to Wacker. Wacker dumps it deep. Good physical presence there by Wacker on home. Force a turnover. Nice play. Swanson tries to dump it out front. Herman can't quite keep it in the zone. Here's Golden as he races down on the far side and he shoots just wide. Puck clears the zone all the way down. 1:42 remaining here in the second period. Puck turnover behind the net. Swanson brings it right out front off the side of the net. Picked up in the slot. Couldn't quite capitalize on Sorensen. Here's Lone as he turns. He cuts. Stops. Waits for some help. Picked up here in the middle. Whacker over to Cooper Swanson. Puck's chipped all the way around. Lone cuts. Looks for a shot. Minigan there for the save. Rebound. Wide out front. Bloomington picks up the puck behind the net. Now wrapped around by the Hawks. This comes out to the point here. Kubas dumps it towards Swanson. Wisely ices the puck, giving the Hawks an opportunity to go ahead and get a line change. That line had a long shift out there. Needed some line change to make sure they got some fresh bodies there. Dirt steps into the face-off circle opposite of Gieske. Face-off controlled by Bloomington. Puck's chipped free in the neutral zone. Right up to the point. Shot from the point. Tipped right off of Young. And another defender right in. The shot from Matson was tipped by 2 defenders with 47 seconds remaining here in the second period. Minigan was screened. It was tipped by 2 Chaska players, and ended up inside the net with 47 seconds remaining. Here in the second period, Jaguars take a 7-1 lead. Young steps up, takes the hit. Krzyzewski picks up the puck in the neutral zone, dumps it down on Fest. Fest steers it aside with 30 seconds remaining here in the second period. Puck picked up. Dumped all the way down. Krzyzewski picks up the puck behind the net.
47 left in the second period.
Eight seconds remaining here. Hawks come into the neutral zone. Thormesgaard turns up to the point. Fired towards the net. Fest steers it aside. And that'll end our second period with the Jaguars taking a 7-1 lead.
Fans, stick around in just a minute. We'll be doing the chuckle box. Get your pucks ready.
That period can be summarized by the Jaguars jumping all over the Hawks, getting 16 shots on net for a grand total of 27, compared to the Hawks' 9, or a total of 15. But the Jaguars scored 5 goals in that second period. 2 goals by Dirtz, where then Luke Sorensen for the Hawks stepped up, scored with 7:33 remaining on an even strength goal and a pass from Colton Whacker. Then Parton and Chavira scored follow-up goals afterwards to create a 7-1 lead. And with that, we'll see you at the beginning of the third period. Welcome back, everybody, as we prepare for the third period. The Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars really opened up the scoring in that second period. At the end of the one, Jaguars had a 3-0 lead on a goal by Ben Golden, Ben Parton, and Matt Kubas. Quickly in the second period, Andres Sturz scored 2 goals in the first few minutes after a strong onslaught by the Hawks. Couldn't produce any points. After Dirtz's 2 goals, Luke Sorensen did score for the Hawks. Followed up then by 2 more goals by Bloomington to take the 7-1 lead. It's been a relatively clean game with only 1 penalty each, one by Chaska's Jack Schwartz, 2 minutes for cross-checking, and 1 by Bloomington's Michael McKay, 2 minutes for hooking. Schwartz's penalty resulted in a power play goal, which was Parton's goal in the first period. Players are taking their final coaching, taking the bench. Let's get ready for third period action. Face off in the neutral zone. Greer pulls back over to Gershesky. Gershesky gets dumped behind the net. Picked up by Luke Sorensen. He brings it in, chips it deep. Followed up by Owen Sumstead. Along the far boards, good outlet pass there to Gergen. Good intercept by Lucas Greer. Here's McKee, turns, backtrack, long pass right out front to Golden. Golden can't quite catch the pass. Gershesky picks up the puck in his own defensive zone, back to Thomas guard. Puck battle on the near boards here. Hawks maintain control. Picked up by Gershesky. Gershesky centers the puck over to Sorensen. He can't quite get the pass off. He was looking to get the pass over to Owen Sumstead. Jaguars get a line change. Hawks clear the zone. Brody Erickson picks the puck on the near side. Works his way across. Can't get the pass over to Wacker. Good defensive play there by Matson. Wacker turns, fires into the neutral zone. Swanson. Good defensive effort there by Swanson to keep the puck in the zone. Wraps behind the net. Pushed along the boards. Young with a good pinch to keep the puck in. Erickson takes the check. Puck bounces high. Young picks up the puck, dumps it deep again. Jaguars work their way across. Good defensive effort there. That was a great play by Logan Matson to step around the defender and get a shot right on Minigan. Puck goes into the slot. Brody Erickson picks it up, chips it through, tries to dump it deep. Good even play here in the second period, or third period. Puck's wrapped around to Anderson, keeps the puck in. Puck play along the boards. That'll be offsides on the Hawks with 12:29 remaining. We will have running time due to the 6-goal differential here in the third period. Gieske steps up, face-off controlled by the Jaguars. Greer loses his footing, dumped down. Offensive zone here by Brandt, turns, works his way along the far boards. Puck picked up out to the point. Dumped in, shot from the point. Here's Bader, turns. Bauer Anderson picks it up on the near boards, out to the point. Shot by Logan, high up and over the net. Here's Gieske, picks it up, wraps it all the way down. This will result in an icing with 11:37 remaining here in the third period. Sorensen steps into the face-off circle opposite of Winston Lone. Face-off won by the Hawks, controlled by Owen Sumstead. On the far board, Sumstead steps up, takes a big hit. Hawks chipped up into the Hawks bench, resulting in a stoppage in play with 11 minutes remaining here in the third period. Sorensen steps into the face-off circle with Lone. Picked up by Sumstead. Dumps it past the defender. Puck's chipped over by Holm to Lone. Greer clears the zone. Hawks taking a hard time setting up in the offensive zone here. Bloomington's been solid to the neutral zone. Good play by Oss. Push off the offensive attack. Here's Golden as he works his way through the neutral zone, turns, chipped all the way across the Lone. Lone fires on Minigan. Minigan with a save. Thormasgaard picks up the puck in neutral zone. Puck in the near boards, controlled by Bloomington. Oh, shot tipped up and into the net. Holm with a nice shot from the point, tipped off the defender. Went right up into the corner with 9:50 remaining. That was a nice shot by Holm. Giving the Jaguars an 8-1 lead. Krzyzewski picks it up along the near boards. Puck's chipped down. Here's Parton. Parton fires, Minigan there with the save. Highland tries to clear the puck, can't quite do so.
14, control for the Holm. Assist number 39, Ben Golden. Holm from Golden at 9:39 of the third period.
Puck's chipped up loose. Dumped out by the Hawks. Fest has really been untested here today. What he has faced, he's turned aside 14 of 15 shots by the Hawks. Puck brought into the offensive zone by Bloomington as they work their way deep. Chabira can't quite get the shot on net. Cooper Swanson picks it up on the far boards. Picked by Chabira. A nice kick save there by Minigan. Shot on net. Chabira picks up the puck behind the net. Looks out to the point. Here's Parton. Parton fires. Minigan there with a save. Puck high off the glass. Hawks managed to clear the zone. Good forecheck pressure there by Brody Erickson to tip the puck, forcing the Jaguars to take more time. Puck's brought in by Matson. Matson goes, works his way around, right out front. Point blank shot by Chavira there. Great save by Minigan. On the rebound that came directly right out. Erickson picks up the puck, tries to dump it deep. Here's McKay, turns, fires. Puck easily cleared by Jaguars. Puck's chipped all the way through. Here's McKee, turns into the corner. Forecheck pressure there by Jack Schwartz. Picked up by Highland. Highland out to the point. Young can't keep the puck in. Bauer Anderson turns. Highland follows it up in the corner with Mosier. Puck's chipped loose. Here's McKay. Young tries to take McKay off the puck, can't quite do so. McKay cuts in front. Good play by Minigan to make the save. Puck's cleared out front. Bauer Anderson intercepts. Exits the zone. 6:39 remaining here in the third period. Bloomington turns. Here's Holm as he brings it in. Intercepted at the line by Sorensen. Holm picks up the puck again. Cuts back towards the middle. avoids 3 Hawks, works his way in, fires it on Minigan. Minigan there with the save and the stoppage and play. Sorensen steps in the face-off. Face-off win by the Hawks, controlled. Owen Sumstead dumps the puck out. Puck's turned around by Bloomington, puts it on Minigan. Minigan steers it aside. Hawks looking, try to get a clean exit. Puck chipped in front, just out of the reach of Owen Sumstead. He's trying to pick up the puck in the slot so he can try to get a high-danger opportunity. Sumstead picks it up on the near side. He's got Sorensen. Pass over to Sorensen. Tried to return the pass back to Sumstead. Thormsgaard trailing, couldn't quite catch up to it. Here's Gergen. Gergen with a nice sidestep around Grishevsky. Fires high off Minigan's shoulder into the netting. At 5:10 remaining here in this third period. Jaguars with an 8-1 lead. Parton steps into the face-off circle, opposite of Sorensen. Bloomington maintains control. They dump it deep. Thormsgaard with good offensive pressure there. Grishevsky turns, fires it off the boards to Greer. Greer picks it up in the far corner. Has time, couldn't quite get the puck out. Parton with good offensive pressure. Jaguars come away with it. Here's McKee. McKee fires, tipped into the corner. Grishevsky wraps it around to Owen Sumstead. Sumstead clears the zone. Fired back in by McKee. Puck chipped along on the near board on the far boards. Picked up here by Parton. Parton turns. Tries to work his way through. Shot on net. Minigan there with the save. Jaguars have really come out and put the offensive pressure here on the Hawks. With 11 shots on net, Hawks have yet to get 1 shot yet here in the third period. 3:44 remaining. Bader steps into the face-off. Picked up by McKay. McKay tries to center the puck, can't quite do so. Puck centered. Smart play there by Erickson to chip the puck all the way down, creating stoppage and play. Loose puck in the slot. It's always a bad thing for the home team. Cooper Swanson steps into the face-off circle, opposite of Bader. Puck wrapped around. Colton Wacker on the far side. Chips it up, just out of the reach of Erickson. Good play by Erickson to follow up the puck into the corner, creating a turnover there. Erickson back to Swanson. Good battle by Swanson in the corner. Erickson picks up the puck, works his way towards the net. Good defensive pressure there by Bader to keep him wide. 2:38 remaining here in the third period. Puck will go all the way down. This will be icing. With 2:15 remaining here in the third period, Jaguars with an 8-1 lead. Shot right there, a quick shot on net. Pushed aside by Fest. First one of the period for the Hawks. Puck centered in front. Gieske can't quite catch up to it. Bauer Anderson picks it up on the far side. Willis steps in. Puck's chipped just wide. Brandt in the foot race with Holman. This is not going to be icing. Here's Brandt, works his way in the corner. Good play over here by McKay. Bring the puck around, here's Lone. Puck's right out, loose out in front. Jack Schwartz picks it up, turns. Exits the zone, he has no help, so he dumps it in. Lone picks up the puck, stops. Works his way up to to Nedry. Nedry works his way through the middle. Puck's chipped loose. Big play there by Gieske to step up. Young moves into the neutral zone, looking for some help, dumps it in. Puck's just chipped into the corner. Good play by Bauer. Ensign turns, he fires it on net. Oh, just right out front. Schwartz was there but couldn't quite get a stick on it. Puck's right out front. Fest, a loose puck. Fest swings and pushes it aside. Play picked up by Sorensen and behind the net. Tries to wrap it around. Good defensive effort there by Lone. Sorensen picks up the puck behind the net. Good offensive pressure here by the Hawks for last 30 seconds or so. Bloomington picks up the puck as they try to chip it across far pass. Couldn't quite do so. Here's Lone on Young. 16 seconds remaining here in the contest. Grishevsky picks up the puck. 10 seconds remaining. Hawks clear the zone. Over to Sorensen. 5 seconds remaining. And that'll do it, folks. At the end of the third period, Jaguars with an 8-1 win. Jaguars really opened up the scoring in the second period after having a first period lead of 3-0. They scored 5 in that second frame, following it up with 1 in the last period to take an 8-1 lead. Shots on goal for Jefferson were 38 to Chaska's 17 in that third period. Jefferson had 11 shots, but the total of 38 to the Hawks' 2, giving the Hawks a total of 17 on the night. Best was solid in the nets for Bloomington, and the Hawks just couldn't get the puck past him. With that, we'll wrap her up. Thanks for watching Hawks Hockey. We'll see you next time.